Hey everyone, Michelle with Triangle Social Media here again, Wednesday at 12:30, sharing social Soundbites, social media tips. And every Wednesday at noon, I do social media interviews with local and not so local business owners. And then again at 12:30, come on and just share a thought or a tip or something that has to do with marketing your business on social media. And there's really so many topics that encompasses, doesn't it? And so I am screen sharing. Here we go. And I am coming over to the graphic, which, just a talking point here. And it gives a statistic. The average daily time spent on social media is 116 minutes. And I don't know. I feel like it's probably more than that. You think? And so, what do you do on social media? You might spend time on Instagram. And I'd love to connect with you if we're not already connected. And even within every platform, there's a world of distractions, right? And sometimes it's hard to stay focused. What is your purpose for being there? If you're doing something for your business, creating content, sharing a post, engaging, even within every platform, there's a lot of different things you could do, right? And so that takes time, and time is valuable. And so, if you're on Instagram, you might have all your notifications that you're just dealing with and talking, commenting, and looking to see who maybe tagged you or commented on your posts. You may be working on your highlight bubbles. You might be creating reels. You might be going to the home feed and looking at people's content that you follow. Really, a lot of it is the same type of thing, but it's packaged differently within the interface of that platform. So what about LinkedIn? When you go to LinkedIn, what kind of things do you do? So you have your notifications, right? You have your messaging, you have your network that you might peruse through, who you're connected with, and look at their content. You could go again to the home feed. You could go to your own profile, and you could go to your posts and activity right there and look at your own post thread and just at a glance see who maybe commented or liked on it. On that left panel, you might edit your profile. And so if I go to the home feed, and these are all things that we do, and they take time, but that time is value when you're investing in yourself, right, for marketing. There are a lot of groups on LinkedIn that you might or might not be engaging in or members of, but you could scroll down and see, your pages. You could see recent topics. You could see groups. And so here are just some of the groups I'm in on LinkedIn. And so, you feel free to look at someone you follow, maybe collaborate with, look at what groups they're in, give you ideas, or use the search bar here, search for groups on LinkedIn, just like we do on Facebook. And so I feel like a lot of people don't take advantage of that. But let's look over here. What other kind of things do you do on Facebook? Endless things to do, right? That all take time, but it's valuable, that invests in your business. So on this left tab here, you can get to groups here. And of course, we do a lot of things on our phone. Probably most of us are working from our phones. And so, of course, the interface is different, but the same concept where we're going to the groups, right? And we might have some groups that are pinned to our favorites. And so we see them here, and we also see them, on our phone in that interface. And we can kind of scroll through and go to those groups that we find the most value in, or that we manage and we want to make sure we're maintaining it. And so we go to those groups, and that takes time, right? Facebook will always suggest, as you see here, groups that my friends might be in, inviting me. Do I want to join that group, for example? And that's just one of thousands of things, right, that we do either from the home feed, from the pages feed. If we want to watch videos that brands have shared, again, there's another place to go to groups. Sometimes we have, the topical tabs or links or icons. And on the left panel, it's a lot of the same thing, two different places to get to the same result. And that's helpful, I think. And these things have changed, the order of these things. Facebook sometimes puts a new icon for you to follow. What I'm not seeing here, and it could be because I don't game, but one of the things was games for a while. But news is here if you want to just go to the news feed, actual news, right? Whether you want to trust it or not is up to you. But a lot of people get their news from social media, right? It's just, oh, I think long ago are the days where does anyone read a newspaper anymore? I'm just really curious. I know they have them, and I see the boxes out there. I'm curious if do you read an actual newspaper, or do you get your news from online media? Maybe both, right? Um, but again, you have your notifications. You might be editing your profile. You might be dealing in Messenger. You might go to any of the other thousands of places just within this one platform. And again, they're all things that take time, and time is value. So when you think about the time that you're spending on social media, how are you allocating that time? And is it benefiting you as a business? How do you handle the distractions? Because it's so easy. Of course, this is my business, so I'm on all the time, right? And even though I have focused things I'm working on and doing, it's very easy to get distracted in a good way and follow people that maybe I didn't expect to see a post, and I start engaging. And that's a very positive thing. And yet we want to make sure that we're running our business and doing all the other things we need to do. So how do you handle that? I think one thing I do, I use the alarm on my phone, just very basic. I set the alarm for certain things that I need to do at certain times to just remind me, okay, get ready for this, get ready to go live, get ready to share this, and of course the calendar, the Gmail, I'm very visual. And so I have color codes on my Gmail for different kinds of events. And so for example, all, green might be client information. And so I can highlight and show that particular thing all by itself if I want to, and hide everything else in the calendar, because it can be chaotic when you're looking at your calendar, right? But what kind of things do you like to do to help yourself manage time, stay focused, in particular with social media? But that encompasses and overlaps into all the other areas of our lives, right? So just a few thoughts I had. And I think that if you have a tip, I'd love to see it. I'd love to hear it, because we're all doing all these things that deal with marketing, that deal with social media, that deal with engaging and working on all the different platforms. And so somebody's comment, I haven't even thought about LinkedIn. Yeah. And so definitely encourage you, want to share tips about all the platforms if you have questions. But if you think about, you may allocate 15 minutes a day to create content. And while you're creating that content, you get caught up in doing this other thing, which is good. It's positive, right? But if you need to stay focused, what kind of tool do you use to help yourself stay focused? So for some of us, it's easier than for others. Like I said, for me, my alarm clock, you might have even a timer that you set. Give yourself 15 minutes. And even though it may be distracting, stay focused on that one thing you're working on. And maybe for engaging, you set the timer for that, and you do purposeful engagement with other business owners and their platforms and their content, and just liking, commenting, sharing, and all that good stuff, because it's all positive and it builds both of your businesses, right? So anyway, just a few thoughts. And I hope that you have a wonderful day. We'll see you next Wednesday at 12:30, Social Soundbites with Michelle. Have a wonderful day and get some sunshine. It looks like a beautiful day. Thank you, everyone.